dehābhimānapāśena ciraṃ baddho'si putraka bodho'haṃ jñānakhaḍgena tanniṣkṛtya sukhī bhava. My dear son, you have been bound with the rope of your body consciousness. Rend it asunder with the sword of knowledge. I am consciousness, and be happy. Consciousness being one common nature, one true nature, irrespective of the nature and character and spiritual stage of any jiva, the difference is only how and what the consciousness is illumining as per the nature of jiva, as per the vasanas and the ego level of the jiva. A jiva can glorify his ego and mistake that his physical identity is ultimate. In this case, consciousness illumines one's body wholly as per the mistaken notion of the jiva, and he thinks his BMI is equal to consciousness. This jiva, Ashtavakra says, is bound by body consciousness as if a rope is binding him and restricting him to lead a life of mere body-mind existence. On the other hand, when a jiva is liberated, then the same consciousness is understood and experienced fully as I am. Thus, consciousness plus ego is body consciousness. Consciousness minus ego is I am, or pure consciousness. Consciousness being same, the isness being same, irrespective of what is joined with this isness. If you join the isness with ego, you live a life of mere body and mind. If you join this isness, or if you do not join this isness with ego, then you lead a life of liberated seer. You lead a life as pure existence or pure isness. Now, how to remove this ego and reach the consciousness minus ego is pure consciousness state? Ashtavakra says, it is possible only when one resolves to rend asunder the rope of ego, the rope of ignorance, with which he has bound himself, and with this bondage he lives a life of body identity, This rope, Ashtavakra says, can be cut only with the sword of knowledge, not by any other means, but can be cut only with the sword of knowledge. And what is that knowledge? That I am not this body. And how this cutting this rope is possible? Only through intense Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana on the ultimate knowledge that I am pure consciousness. Earlier, Acharya said in a verse, you have been bitten by the black cobra's poisonous teeth, that is ego. Only way to cure yourself of this poison is through drinking the nectar, I am self. Echoing the same essence, here Acharya says, you have bound yourself by the rope, I am this body. You can be free only when this rope is cut off. And for cutting off this sword, you must use this sword of knowledge, sword of Brahmajnana. This is, however, possible only when one gets to know, after living a life of mere body-mind for years together or births together. When one gets to know, I am indeed bound by rope or bitten by the poison, that I am this body. Till the time one is not aware that he is bound, he will never realize the need to free himself. In our life, if we look back, whatever we have realized that we require, we put our heart and soul to fulfill that requirement, and we leave no stones unturned to fulfill that requirement. Similarly, only when you feel the suffocation leading a life of bondage, bound by ego, bound by the body consciousness, and like a person who is stuck up in a whirlpool, how he would struggle desperately to come out of that and reach the shore. Similarly, only when you have realized that I am bound and this bondage is suffocating me to death and I really want to get free, then and then only you will take efforts in the spiritual path to free yourself from this bondage and lead a free life, a liberated life of and as pure self. Devotion or total surrender to God helps in a large way to get this awareness that I am bound, and then only one can cry out to the Lord, grace me, O Lord, to know thyself wholly. Grace me, O Lord, to get the conviction to start the journey from me, the little ego, to you, the Paramatman, pure self. Daya karo, to know that I am bound and to plant the seed of wanting to free myself. Kripa karo, to take up the correct path to reach you, to pursue the path sincerely, to realize you, realize self. Raksha karo, while I tread this path, there may be thousands of hurdles, obstacles, temptation to disturb my journey in the chosen path. Raksha karo, protect me, O Lord. Protect me from all the obstacles, all the hurdles, and be with me always as my pranasakha, so that I can reach you and merge in you, exist as you, the pure consciousness. When a seeker has thus undertaken the journey to realize the self with such conviction and with such surrender to Lord, then the God or his Guru blesses him. How? Blesses him in this Chinmaya's expression. Thus, redeem yourself from your own delusion of body and mind. Get away from the illusory sorrows of life and be happy. Intuitive illumination occurs the very instance when ignorance is dispelled. Realizing I am the consciousness, abide in the self and sukhī bhava. Ultimate sukh, ultimate ananda exist as that anand. Not merely get that ananda, but be that ananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.